Recently, I had an interview with Criteo, and they have given me a question, a problem statement for their system design round. So basically, they want, I have pasted this here. The problem state was like Criteo wants to give its operation team the ability to build and run internal automations. After an initial evaluation, the team has shortlisted a self-hosted workflow automation tool such as n8n as the foundation of the platform. You are asked to own the deployment of this tool on a cloud provider of your choice. Either you can choose AWS, GCP, or Azure. So I have to walk the uh, walk walk us the thought process. So how you got it? Some question maybe the problem. What infrastructure decision I have made? How do you make it reliable and observable in production? The platform will be used by 50 plus builders. What does the change about the design? How workflow will interact with the internal Criteo apps, APIs, and handle sensitive data? Some workflow will interact with internal Criteo and handle sensitive data. How does this factor in? How would you do differently? On all these things you can take, like they are saying you can create their diagrams on app.diagrams.do or draw.io, and we can use AI assistant, all these things. So how I proceed with that? So for that, first step was, what is the problem, what is the problem we are solving. So what I have given, like some of the Criteo uh, people are working on a automation, and they want to do an automation using the Criteo platform. So the Criteo platform will be like that. So this is the platform, and they will run their they can again log in all these things and check whether they can have another, whether they can say the status of particular workflow. So this the thing they want to check. So how I proceed with this? So I have given that what problem we are solving. Imagine Criteo employee want to create automation. So let's suppose they have an example. When a file arrives in S3, they want to call internal API, transform the data, send Slack message, and update the data. So instead of writing code every time, they use a workflow tool like n8n. Now, as per the problem statement, there will be 50 plus teams. So our job is to deploy, secure, scale, monitor, and operate the platform. So we have to think like an architect. So what are my requirements? So there will be two types of requirements. One will be functional requirement, and another one will be non-functional requirement. So it will be like functional and non-functional. So functional will be how users will create workflow. So this is like how it will be. After that, there will be questions. There will be some non-functional requirements also. So non-functional is like it should be highly available. After that, it should be secure, it should be observable, it should be scalable, it should be multi-tenant. So I asked these all questions to the interviewer. And here also I have added like how users will create workflow, how to run workflow, or where secrets will be stored, and can workflow can be scheduled. So these all questions I have asked to uh, the interview. Then I have designed the database. So I have given like there will be certain tables also, like there will be users table, and there will be workflows table. So these all will be like tables, and this will be our initial requirements. So workflow table will have like workflow ID. This will be version, we will be doing the versioning because they will be updating, right? So it will be ID, version, JSON of that particular and created at. Similarly, user table will have user ID, then there will be name, email, business unit. Although we will be getting all these details, as I already told them that there will be SSO login, so all the RBAC will be done here. But although for the audit purpose we need a user table, that who run the workflow at what time. After that, so there will be one table which we will be doing the execution table. So how many executions happened. So all these tables I have created because it was a 45 minutes interview. So I didn't go through the uh, detail, but I told them we can do database partitioning if the records are more than 10 million. Then only we will be needing partitioning, but for now we can use a tenant ID as an segregation for different business units. So that's why the multi-tenancy picture come into picture. After that, there will be infrastructure design. So I chose like so I made infrastructure design. So here I chose AWS, as AWS are most of the problem solutions. That's why, and it is more popular, and over the internet there are much more uh, inputs also, so that we can refer. So I chose AWS as an cloud. After that, I made that I have chosen AWS, and then there will be ALB, application load balancer. After that, there will be EC2, where we will be deploying our n8n platform with the help of Docker, and then there will be RDS PostgreSQL. So it is simple, cheap, and can launch quickly. So why I chose PostgreSQL? So n8n stores workflow, execution, credential, metadata. So relational database fit perfectly. So this is battle tested. That's why it was. Now for they asked me how you will be building the system for the production. So production system so I asked them how many builders. So already they have told that there will be 50 builders from the each business unit. So the single server may be dangerous. So then we will be moving from uh, route 53. There will be route 53, and then there will be application load balancer, and then there will be EKS cluster. So Kubernetes will be because it is easy to scale, and then n8n pods will be there, and then we can use RDS Postgres with all the support like partitioning and and we can do read replicas also, so that our if our application is more of read heavy or write heavy, so that thing also can be done using RDS Postgres. So then one question came, why Kubernetes is used here. So because there can be workflow can be spiked on there will be certain working time of employees, right? So in morning they can trigger 50 executions, and in the month and they can do 50,000 of executions, right? So we need auto scaling. That's why EKS is required. And database design for Postgres, we I selected a multi-AG because Postgres is already use multi-AG deployment. So it can be available to the multiple availability zone. So primary can be in the AZ1, and then replica can be into the AZ2. And so for the executions also, for the production grade, right? So the workflow will be like that. It will be first for a workflow will run, and it will be pushed to a queue, and then worker will pick from the queue that workflow, and then they will do. For that I have used uh, SQS, as we are using AWS as in cloud. After that without queue we can fail. And for the sensitive data also, uh, so I said we will never store secrets in plain text, and we will use AWS secret manager to store in the secrets in AWS. And for workflow request it will require via API key, because our design will be API native, and there will be no public APIs, all will be private APIs. And for access we will be using SSO. So this will Azure AD as company identity. And we will use metrics from the workflow: success rate, failure rate, execution time, queue depth, CPU memory, all these things via Prometheus and Grafana. And we can use for logs CloudWatch, so we can log everything what is happening. And for the reliability, Kubernetes, if any pod fails, Kubernetes will restart the things. And for the disaster recovery, there will be daily snapshot, and there can be point in recovery for last 30 days. So this is the retention time. And now I built because it was time constraints, then I built my the actual diagram. So first I have chosen AWS. After that I have chosen uh, inside that there will be our EC2 EKS. So I have kept EKS there, and then uh, users will come like this will be our SSO, and it will be role based access, and after that there will be one uh, there will be so this is the basic architecture I built. It will be after SSO there will be ALB. After that there will be EKS, where our n8n will be deployed, and inside gates there will be n8n web pods which will be having UI, and then after that there will be n8n backend which will be called as worker pod. And after that there will be there will be queue. So we can little bit extend this one and this one also, and after that there will be a queue SQS, and then there will be 1 dB Postgres DB, and then there will be secret manager, AWS secret manager, and then there will be some internal APIs also. Internal APIs. So what will happen means there will be similarly the request will go here, and then from there from a worker port, once the workflow is done it will be pushed to the SQS, and then SQS the backend will pick backend worker will pick from SQS, and then all the things will be stored in Postgres DB, and meanwhile AWS secret manager will be used as an password store, and anything will be called via backend worker to internal APIs, and then from internal APIs again back to the orchestrator, means that backend worker, and there will be another one service here which will be doing all the PI redaction. So this thing I have done. So there are a lot of questions I will tell you in next section.